Hello everyone, welcome to physics class standard 6 chapter 4 which deals with simple machine. In this chapter we'll study about simple machines, types of simple machines, different orders of levers and mechanical advantage. First we discuss about simple machines. First of all we discuss about simple machine, and after that one by one we discuss about different kinds of lever, different kinds of simple machines and the mechanical advantage. Okay, in our day-to-day life we use various tools to make our work faster, easier. For example, we use knife to cut vegetables. We use scissors to cut wrappers. We use bottle opener to open the cap of the bottle. We use spoon to open the lid of a tin. In this manner, we use different kinds of tools in our day-to-day life to do our work easier. So the simple tools which helps us to do our work with ease are called simple machines. The simple tools which helps us to do our work easier, to do our work easily, faster are called simple machines. And simple machines are the devices which multiply forces or simply change the direction of force. The devices which multiplied the force applied on it or changes the direction of applied force, that device is called simple machine. These machines don't have too many parts. Thus that devices do not have too many parts. They have only few parts. So these devices are referred to as simple machines. Simple machines multiply the force or simply change the direction of force. Simple machines don't have too many parts. This is all about the simple machines. Now I am going to discuss about different types of simple machines. There are six main types of simple machines. One is lever, inclined plane, wedge, skew, wheel and axle, pulley. These are the six types of simple machines. We'll discuss about all these type of simple machines one by one. So let us first discuss about lever. You must have observed that opening a lid is difficult with bare hands, but if we try and open the lid using a spoon, it becomes easier to open the lid. In this case, the spoon acts as a lever. What is lever? Lever is a rigid rod or a bar that moves freely around a fixed point. Again, what is lever? Lever is a rigid rod or bar that moves freely around a fixed point. While opening the lid with the help of spoon, the spoon acts as lever. A lever has three parts: fulcrum, load, effort. What are the three parts of a lever? Fulcrum, load and effort. These are the three parts of a lever. What is fulcrum? It is the fixed point around which a rod or a bar moves freely. The point around which the lever moves freely or the bar moves freely, the rod moves freely is called fulcrum. What is load? It is the object that is to be lifted or moved. The object which is to be lifted or to be moved is called load. That is called load. Effort. It is the force that is applied on one end of the rod to move or lift a rod. The force applied on the one end of a lever to move or lift the load is called effort. Look at this figure. This is a rod, a rigid rod or a bar. This bar is called lever, and that is a point where the rod rests, and about the point about which the rod moves freely. So it is called fulcrum. And this is another object which is placed on the load, and that object to be lifted off by the lever. So it is called load. It is placed at one end. On the other end, we apply force. On the other end of the lever, we apply force. So that applied force is called effort. Now, distance between load and fulcrum is called load arm. In the lever, distance from fulcrum to load is called load arm, and the distance between fulcrum and effort is called effort arm. With the help of a lever, we can lift or move heavy objects applying small force. So why do we use lever to lift load? To lift heavy load or move heavy load? With the help of lever, we can lift or move heavy loads by applying small forces. By applying a little force, we can move or lift a heavy object. This is why we use simple machines or we use lever. You see, in these cases, fulcrum, a rod used to lift a heavy weight. This is a rod. At one end of the rod, the object is placed which is to be lifted up, and the rod is rest on another object, that is called fulcrum. This is the load, and the other end of the rod we apply effort to lift that load, so it is called the effort. Now, inclined plane, you must have witnessed people loading heavy loads into a truck using a wooden plank. This is a truck and this is the wooden plank. One end of the plank is kept on the ground. This is one end of the wood is kept on the ground, rest on the ground, and the other end at the edge of the truck. And this is the another end which is placed or which is rest on the edge of the truck. It is easy to slide heavy loads on the slope as less effort is required. Such a sloping surface is called an inclined plane. This wooden plank here acts as sloping surface. It is also a simple machine as it makes our work easier. Few examples of uses of an inclined plane. In hospitals, hotels, airports, and other public places have inclined planes so that wheelchairs can be pushed easily. See, this is the inclined plane where wheelchairs can be pushed up easily. Slopes are built at the entrance of house to let 2 or 4 wheelers into in or out easily. Mountain roads are, you see, these are the mountain roads. Winding of mountain roads. Mountain roads are winding roads. A very steep inclined road will make it difficult for the vehicles to drive up. Hence, a winding road with gradual slope is constructed to make it easier for the vehicles to drive up the mountain. In this road, these are the sloping roads, very steep inclined roads that helps the vehicle to drive off easily and to move upward. That these winding sloping roads helps the vehicle to drive up the mountain easily. Now another simple machine is wedge. A pair of inclined planes put together in the shape of V gives you another simple machine known as wedge. These are the examples of wedge, V-shaped object. A wedge has two edges, one sharp, narrow edge, and the other blunt or broad edge. See, one is sharp and narrow edge, other is blunt and broad edge. This is the sharp edge, another edge is blunt and broad edge. A knife is an example of wedge. So is a knife is an example of wedge. An axe is also an example of wedge. A wedge mostly used for cutting or splitting things. Nails, needles, chisels, and blocks are some other examples of wedge. This end is the pointed end, V-shaped end, and another end is blunt and broad edge. Now another type of simple machine is screw. A screw is actually a kind of inclined plane wrapped around a cylinder. This is a cylinder and it is wrapped around this cylinder. A screw has two ends. One is narrow end, this is the narrow end, and this is the flat end. The narrow end of the screw is called the tip. This is the narrow end, this end is called tip of the screw, and the flat end is called the head of the screw. Screws are more useful than nails because they hold things together with stronger grip due to more friction. Bigger screws are used in screw jack to lift car and other heavy objects. To show that activity, let us perform that activity to show that a screw is a winding inclined plane. We need a paper, a red crayon, a scissor, pencil. What we have to do? Take a square shaped piece of paper. Fold paper diagonally and cut the paper. This is the square shaped paper and it has been folded. And this is the inclined plane. You should notice that the long side of the triangle so obtained is the inclined plane. Color the long side with a red crayon. Now wrap this paper around a pencil. This paper is wrapped around a pencil. The red edges, these are the edges, appear like screw. A screw is a kind of inclined plane wrapped around a cylinder. So what is a screw? A screw is a kind of inclined plane wrapped around a cylinder. Now next type of simple machine is wheel and axle arrangement. You must have noticed the structure of wheels of steering wheel. It consists of a wheel attached to a rod. The steering wheel is attached to a rod. This rod is called the axle and the combined structure is called the wheel and axle. This is the wheel and this wheel is attached with a axle. So that combined structure is called the wheel and axle. When the wheel rotates, the axle also rotates with it. A few examples of wheel and axle arrangement are taps. You see, this is the wheel. It is attached with an axle. So when the wheel is rotated, the tap also rotates. Doorknob. This is the wheel and this is the axle. The wheel rotates around the axis. When the wheel is rotated, the axle also rotated and helps in opening the door. Another type of simple machine is pulley. A pulley is a simple machine which is very similar to the wheel and axle arrangement. Pulley is very similar to wheel and axle arrangement. It consists of a circular disc. You see, this is a circular disc. This is the circular disc. It consists of a circular disc or a wheel with a groove around it, and in the wheel is grooved around it. This groove hold a rope over it. Why there is a groove provided? Because the groove holds a rope over it very tightly so that it does not slip. The circular disc or the wheel rotates on the central axis called the axle. This is the axis around which the wheel rotates. So that axis is called axle. The disc or the wheel is fixed to a support called block. You see, the wheel is fixed to a support and that support is called block. You might have seen people in villages drawing water from well using pulley. A rod is attached to one end of the rope while effort is applied to the other end of the rope. A pulley reduces the effort by changing the direction of force applied. How does the pulley work? A pulley reduces the effort by changing the direction of force applied. Several pulleys may be combined together to form a system of pulleys, which is called block and tackle system. When a large number of pulleys are combined together to form a system of pulleys, at that time it is called block and tackle system. To make a simple pulley, we need cardboard, one plastic bottle cap, a rigid straw, a scissor, jug, and a string. What we have to do? First, we cut the cardboard into two identical circular pieces. Make a hole at the center of the circular pieces and the bottle cap. Stick the bottle cap in between two circular cardboard pieces in such a way that all the holes are aligned. Insert the straw through the holes. Tie the objects to one end of the string. Hold and move the string over the plastic disc. Your pulley is ready now. So this is all about the simple machine and different kinds of and the 6 types of simple machines. In the next video we discuss about the different types of different order of levers or different types of lever. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you will understand the concept better. I have tried my best to make you understand the concept better. So thank you again for watching my video.